Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Young Sheldon. This is the 6th episode of the 4th season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in, and enjoy. Now, last episode, pretty eventful. You know, we had George, he was invited to like a coach conference, and you know, we always see him with his teammate who sat next to him or his co-worker or whatnot, and he was inviting his wife, and George, he never even, you know, thought about Mary. He thought that she wouldn't actually care about going to it, but when she found out it was like a, you know, a nice fancy hotel with a swimming pool and, you know, pampering and all that stuff, she wanted to come along, so they did. Now inside the van, you know, the other couples being all lovey-dovey, and George and obviously Mary are just being standard parents. I mean, obviously they love each other and get on, but they don't say all these cringy things and all that. However, you know, their relationship's going strong, and after George and Mary just had a fight, they was basically, you know, trying to copy a little bit of them. They started telling each other how much they appreciate and, you know, love each other, and, you know, it seemed to go down really, really well. And it's always nice, isn't it, being kind of praised for stuff that you do. You know, if your wife goes around and cleans the house every day, it's always nice to tell her that she's doing a great job. And if George is cooking all the time, for example, it'd be nice for him to get told as well that you appreciate the effort that they're putting in. Maybe they realise that they don't put that much effort in. However, somebody has been putting effort in is Georgie with his girlfriend, and it nearly turned out that she was pregnant. You know, it was a scare. She was late. They went to the store, they got the test. You know, he was panicking, he was sweating, his life was flashing before his eyes. Turns out she's not pregnant, and he was just saying like, oh, thank God. You know, like, I would have thought I was going to have to marry you then. Like, in the context of when Mary got pregnant, she had to just rush and get married straight away. And his girlfriend didn't take that well. Honestly, she didn't take that well. She was fuming. She stormed off. Every single time we see them, they're always bickering. And talking about bickering, you know, we had Dale trying to integrate himself still into the family, and this new guy, revolutionised or whatever you want to call it. And they're playing D&D, and, you know, Mima's like, just cut the crap. Do you know what I mean? Like, this person, it's not you, it's strange. And he said, like, look, it is an act. You know, I just tried to change. Just because I thought that's what you kind of wanted and all that, but no, I'm stuck in my ways. This is how I am. And he went and got a beer, and, you know, they're back into friction and conflict as well. So can't see them, you know, running the course much longer. I thought they was going to end it maybe at the end of season 3, but we dragged it into 4, and it's still not going well, is it? Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
I'm excited to finally use college-ruled paper and not feel like I'm living a lie.
College sounds hard. You won't have to worry about that, honey. Okay, Melissa.
Me?
Then who's Missy?
Missy is short for Melissa, like how Billy is short for William.
I don't understand. I'm Billy.
Is my name William?
Yeah.
Then whose underpants am I wearing?
Robin is going to be thrilled with this.
Oh, don't thank me, thank Mary. What do you think you're doing?
Trying to get the bike started. Get it running, can I at least sell it?
No.
But it's just sitting here, what's the point?
Point is, I said no. Why are kids such a pain in the ass? I'm sure yours will be great.
I have some news I need to share with you before Sheldon starts college. Please call me back.
Hello.
Hello, Dr. Sturgis. This is Mary Cooper.
Hi, thanks for calling me back. Did you know there's a super collider being built in Waxahachie, Texas? Involves particles crashing into
together.
each other.
I'd like you to tell me what this has to do with Sheldon.
I've taken a job there.
Not gonna be around when Sheldon starts college?
No. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I couldn't turn it down. Kind of hoping he'd just be excited I get to work on the super collider.
Right, because being happy for other people is where he shines.
The thing is, though, is this a Super Hydron Collider or whatever? Is that like, do you remember we had an episode, and did they have tickets or something? And was it when Leonard had tickets and Sheldon assumed that he was going to get taken, and he actually wanted to take Penny because it was going to be like a getaway? And in that episode, I was saying, I get the logic and all that, but what you would do is you would take Sheldon because you know that that's his dream to actually go and visit that. You know what I mean? Regardless of what, like, if I got offered to go somewhere and I know that, like, oh, it'd be a nice getaway for me and the girlfriend. However, my best mate was a scientist who, like, has always dreamed about visiting, let's just say, fucking NASA. You know what I mean? Like, and I could go. I wouldn't take my girlfriend when I know that this guy's dream is to go there, and that was that situation, wasn't it? However, he could have bought a ticket for Penny to just fly along and could have been with them as a trio. But it's interesting because Sheldon, yeah, wanted Dr. Sturgis around, and this is where they must have been creating it or building it or where it was first manufactured. But then again, did we not go back into the Big Bang Theory when, again, Leonard was doing that interview and he was basically saying that he'd made no like strides and breakthroughs in science, and he was saying that they thought they would do when they built the superhydron thing, but then nothing actually materialized, and you know it's kind of been a big load of waste of money. You know, do you remember that episode as well?
Did you know Dr. Sturgis was taking a new job? He went to work on some super collider in Waxahachie.
What do you mean went?
He's already there.
On the answering machine.
He's just a little boy, and he's going to be on that big campus all by himself.
I mean, I know we're not dating anymore, but I thought we were still friends.
Missy.
What?
Help me with my clothes. Which bow tie says mature enough to be in college, but whimsical enough to discuss which came first, the Higgs field or the photon?
They both say weird kiddo eats alone.
I always forget that he wears one.
My son, the college freshman.
This is my first day. I can't be seen walking around campus with my mommy.
Well, it's only orientation. You might want to watch the attitude to the person who's driving you there.
We're all the way there. Drop me off a block away so no one sees us.
It is great having y'all next door.
Did you not hear me yelling at Georgie last night?
It's okay. I'm sure you'll hear our little one crying soon enough.
Missy was a crier. What if I said, Mary and I have not had a real vacation since we had kids?
I like to believe starting a family will be the most rewarding adventure of all.
I wonder if he believes any of the shit that he spouts.
Wrong, but you're good.
Can you show me where the used physics textbooks are? Normally I would prefer a fresh new textbook, but my father is a high school football coach, which is another way of saying work for.
President Bush will be traveling to Waxahachie later this month to visit the site of a new super collider.
You said you'd show me how to hot roll my hair.
Oh, right. You still want to do that?
You're cranky.
So maybe I shouldn't be putting hot rollers on your head.
Nah, you're always cranky.
And someone drew genitals.
I was going to say, everyone, you know, like when you was in school, right, you had your textbooks, you know, the first one that you picked up when all the pages are grouped together, like everybody used to write on top of it. I think somebody done that on the first book there. And I'm not being funny, but everybody's drawing boobs and penises all over them books. You know what I mean? It's just standard, you know. Newspapers used to be the funniest ones, in my opinion. You know, like when if somebody ever had the hand placement, like in sort of a grip, everybody just used to draw a penis like holding them, like in school. It was hilarious. It reminds me of Superbad. Do you remember when Seth used to just draw it and all of the things, and he got caught drawing it everywhere? But that's literally school. See, I miss school because, well, I mean, I know it's college or whatever, but education, let's just say. I don't miss going to university and classes. Fuck that, mate. Honestly, I hated it. However, like school, learning, best years of your life, like being around your mates and just a banter, and it's the fact that you have no responsibilities. You know what I mean? Like you grow up and you think that going to school and college is like the worst thing ever, but in reality it's the best. You know, you still get your parents looking after you, buying your food, paying your bills. All you got to worry about is just getting clever. You know what I mean? Educating yourself to help you get in that position. And you know, I wish I could go back in them days and just see my mates every day and chill again and just have a good time and a laugh, because nowadays it's hard. Do you know what I mean? You've got to get up to live. You know what I mean? As a kid, you just got up and to study and just bond and progress and learn attributes in life. And now as an adult, you get up to live. If you don't get up and go and graft, mate, you're going to be homeless. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to be able to pay for your food and stuff. Like, it's rough when you think about it. But yeah, you know, mate, I love looking back at it now. I wish I could go back. I loved it. Oh, this girl, do you remember?
Oh, Mr. Scooper?
How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Yeah. What brings you here?
Sheldon's freshman orientation.
Oh, sure. Well, I don't know Sheldon well, but he can be a little
rude, obnoxious, condescending.
Oh, hey, I do know him. Well, I can show you around campus.
No, that's okay.
I'll buy you a school shirt.
Oh, he would be mortified to see me wearing one of those.
That's why I'm offering.
Did you feel ready before Georgie was born?
Absolutely. Boy, was I wrong. No sense in worrying about it, because you never know what kind of curveballs will come your way.
If you highlight everything, you highlight nothing. Why are you here?
I ran into Sam.
Yes, you're a person I know.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be getting your ID photo?
I got a little waylaid. Stay calm, you can make it. Ah! Who drinks a Slurpee at 11 a.m.?
You still dating that Marcus boy?
Sort of. He went away with his family for the summer.
And how long before he left did he tell you?
I don't know, a week?
Must be nice. Fill this out and sign it. There's a B on you.
What?
Mary, allow me to welcome you to our school.
Thank you.
You know my dorm is doing a back-to-school barbecue this afternoon. Y'all should swing by.
Sweet, free food.
Who cares? He thought I was a student.
Alright, I'm not saying that she does look like a student, but like, do you not think that it's a clothes, like the outfits that you wear that associate you with your age? If you know what I mean. Like, for example, I reckon that if Mary changed her hair, because she has the same cut all the time, so like I'm just saying this, like if she changed her hair up, done her makeup a little different, and wore some younger person's clothes, because she does kind of like, she would fit in and she would be an older student. Do you know what I mean? Like when I was on my university course, there was people that was 5-6 years older than me, but you could still, you know what I mean, like they were still students and they still was part of it. And I feel like that's the same. Like she's not stood there and you're looking at John Sturgis like, wow, he's old compared to these guys, you know. Like yes, she's older, but like she doesn't look like for her age. Actually, I don't even know how old she's supposed to be, but like how she looks anyway, I feel like she could blend in as just an older student. And I'd actually be interested to see her enjoying herself, because she's a serious mum all the time, isn't she? Literally, she's just a serious mum all the time. And I'd love to see Mary get her hair down and just have a bit of fun and just let loose for a little bit. Oh, he's fuming.
I had suffered some setbacks. I was going to make it through orientation without the help of my mommy.
You're gonna be a little heartbreaker.
I don't want to break anyone's heart. I just want to look hot.
If you don't do it to them, they're gonna do it to you. You think somebody's your friend, and they just up and leave without a word.
Months till this baby comes. There's so much I thought I was going to do in my life.
I'm sure you've done plenty.
Nothing cool.
Dad doesn't mean your life is over. It just means it's different. Instead of a motorcycle, I drive a truck. To work every single day. To pay the bills. What happened to my life?
You made it.
Hey.
Hey guys, this is Sam and Mary.
I may not look it, but I'm the future of physics, so just move on.
Great.
You look amazing. Two of them are twins.
I don't want to brag, but natural birth.
Dear Connie, you may have heard I've taken a job at the new Super Collider in Waxahachie. I was afraid you'd be upset. I was even more afraid you wouldn't be. This also gives me an excuse to use my astronaut pen. I'm not upside down, but if I was, it would still write.
How you doing back there?
I've never felt so alive!
I want Georgie to see him driving it and be fuming. Oh, maybe next episode he sees it. Because, you know, Georgie was trying to do it up. And his dad was like, if I can't ride it, you can. And then, obviously, if he's got it working again and he sees him around the corner, his dad riding it, he's going to be livid, isn't it? Now, I understand kind of where John was saying that he wanted to do it face-to-face, but he didn't really know how he'd feel with the situation. You know, if he told her she'd be upset, did he want that? Or like, do you know what I mean? It shows that she cares for him, but then he don't want to see her sad. But then if he told her and she didn't care, then he'd be upset. And it's a tough situation, isn't it? However, how far is this place where the Hadron Collider is from Texas? I know it was a bit of a mooch from Pasadena where he was, you know, previously, but how far is it from his location? Like, is he able to come and see, you know, Connie every now and again, or is that it? Is he sailed off? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, is he far away now? And also, with the Missy situation, I didn't even know that Melissa was, well, Missy was short for Melissa. Actually, I didn't know that. I'm thinking about it now, though, it does kind of make sense a little bit, doesn't it? It does. But it made me laugh because she was going through her, yeah, he said goodbye and he's sending me postcards and he give me a week's notice and, you know, he's not going to break my heart and because he does this and he does that. And she's like, great, you know, must be nice. You know, like, she's thinking, mate, 10, 11-year-olds can do all these things, but like the person that I potentially was going to be with, like, can't even say goodbye, can't even send a letter. I mean, she got one at the end, but do you know what I mean? It was funny to see the different situations of it. She's not having a great time, is she, Connie, to be honest? But another thing that I think is interesting is you know, she got a mail out the mailbox. And my question is going to sound daft, but like, do you have mailboxes like that? Like, do you have a box like you stick in the floor that's at the edge of your house, like the path that you go and get your letters in? Because to me, well, one, in the UK we don't have that. Every house has a letter box on the house, so you put your letter through and it goes inside your home. Like, in the UK, if you had one of them boxes outside, someone would steal your mail. Confidentiality. People would take it. Honestly, if you put something in that box, a scruff would come by and take it out. They would. I'm just talking facts, you know. To me, I don't think it's safe. Someone could go past and cut the letterbox off, but I suppose if you live in a trusted neighborhood, like, it's all right to do so. But I've never seen it. You know, when I've been to the US, I've not been in places like that. I've been like New York and stuff like that, where you know, it's busy environments. Like, it's the places in the US where like all your homes have letter mailboxes outside, and they just come and slide it and put it in, and then you just walk to the edge of the street and get it out. And like, because I think that's interesting, but I feel like it's a thing that you also see in all the movies, and I don't actually factually know if that actually happens. Okay, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So Sheldon, first visit to his university campus, ain't going well, is it? You know, he had a terrible day. I actually like his hair down. You know, he's usually combed over and flipped back, but when he got the Slurpee or Slushy or whatever he called it on him, he kind of combed it forward. It looks all right, to be honest. I actually liked it. Also, you know, he makes this big deal about wearing these bow ties all of the time, and he does wear them, but at what point did he stop wearing them? Because as Sheldon Cooper, adult in, you know, Pasadena, like, he just wore an undershirt and a t-shirt over it. Do you know what I mean? Like, we never really seen him dressed like this. You know, he went from dressing very formal to, would you call it informal? More superhero hurricane, more relaxed, to be honest. I'm not doing a complaint. What I'm saying is, like, he usually doesn't like change massive. If anything's a little inconvenience to the standard ordinary, isn't it? So I'm interested to see how he went from being this kind of dress person to the way he is. However, you know, he's had a terrible day. I don't even know if he enjoyed his time being there, and I don't know if it made him think that, you know, he's a bit too young and he does need his mum around. I mean, I understand this concept that he didn't want his mum there because nobody else, his mum, was going to be there. Now, I've got to say, that girl, Sam, was it, that picked her up, is well friendly as well, because even if I knew you, I wouldn't be inviting you around. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, come round, I'll take you around, I'll buy you a t-shirt. You know what I mean? Like, good on you. Do you know what I mean? Proper friendly. Mary looked like she was enjoying it, though. Would have loved her to find somebody there who's loving Jesus as well. That would have just topped the day. I thought it would have been hilarious. Now, I don't know if next episode we're going to dive straight back to being in a home environment, but I would like to see maybe a little bit more time at the campus, but I don't think we're going to get that. However, you know, it's nice to see George and Pastor Jeff bonding. I know he's moved next door, not really seen him. I think I mentioned that before, like, ever since he moved next door, not really been in it much. And I know that, you know, they kind of went rapid in terms of, like, meeting, getting married, getting pregnant, moving in. But it's nice to see him, like, helping out and decorating, and it's going to be interesting to see him with a kid. You know, he actually is pretty decent. I don't mind him at all. I thought he'd be in it more considering he moved next door. However, we've not really seen him that much, have we? So it'd be interesting to see that as well. But thanks for checking out today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.